Hello everybody, welcome back to Country Girl. My name's Kathy Jarvis, and today I'm going to talk about what I'm actually doing right now, and that is planting my spring garden. It's a cold winter snowy night, and it's a perfect night to do what I'm doing. So grab a hot cup of whatever you want, coffee, tea, whatever, mine's tea. And we'll discuss some of the things that need to be thought about before you start your spring garden. And the first thing is to think back on what you did last season and what turned out good and what turned out bad. And then look and try to figure out what you can do to improve. And don't worry about if you have a really short list of things that went well, because if you're new at gardening, that's to be expected. Even experienced gardeners will have a list of things that went bad, because we can't control the weather, we can't control diseases, and we can't control the insects. So like last year, my strawberries and blackberries and green beans did really well. And most of my vegetables did really well. But if you look and try to figure out what didn't go well, what you failed at, and we all have them, mine was spring peas. I did not get any of my spring peas hardly at all. The first time I planted them, it was too cold and too wet and they rotted. The second time I planted them, I didn't have any protection over them, and as soon as they popped up, the little rabbits came and took them. And the third time, they got to the stage where they were ready to pick, and the raccoons got them. I'm sure it was raccoons because they had those little claw marks on them, and they also got the squashes and stuff that were next to them, and they just kind of scratched them out and ate the centers. So I had some critter problems last year, and my okra didn't do very well because I didn't plant enough of it, for one thing. And I planted it with the lima beans, not realizing that the lima beans were going to be so big and that they were going to shade out my okra. So I'm going to have to give the okra a bed of its own and not plant it near anything that's going to shade it, because they love sun. They don't have sun, they don't do very well. And the last thing I had trouble with was my zucchinis and cucumbers. The squash borer got into them, and the squash bugs just ruined my cucumbers and my melons. I did get some melons before they attacked them. So I know by looking back in my notes from last year that all these seem to happen in the 1st of July. So at about mid-June, I'm going to have to cover everything up with a insect barrier, or I'm going to have to start preventive spraying in about the middle of June to help keep that under control. That's where keeping a log helps. So you figured out what went wrong, you figured out some of the ways that you can control it. Now, is there anything that you think back, and is there anything you plan too much of, and your freezer's just crammed full of the things that you know you're not going to get through one year? You might have dehydrated stuff, and maybe you don't need to plant as many of them this year. Mine would be tomatoes in the greenhouse. That was a complete failure as far as my trellis went. In my old greenhouse, I could string from the polens and stuff across the braces on the greenhouse. My new greenhouse does not have that, so I had to use a bamboo trellis, and it didn't work. So I've got to come up with a better trellis system, and I've also got to plant fewer. I planted 3 rows deep, and that was a little too deep. I should only go 2, because you can't get to that 3rd row. If you've got a 6-foot bow in bed, you got 3 rows on one side and 3 rows on the other side. Those center 2 rows in the very center, which are, 3 feet in, you can't get to them because the other ones are blocking you. So kind of think about how you plan them and how you can improve that. And if there's anything you would do differently. I know I'm not going to plant my I'm not going to plant as many tomatoes inside. I'm going to plant some outside. I also need, I want to extend the melon patch. It did really well, but they were just too close together. So I kind of want to spread them out a little bit so I can walk in between them so I can spray better, because I couldn't get to the center to spray. I know I want to add some apple trees. I know I want to add persimmon trees. And I want to create an area for my sweet corn to be in the ground this year. I also know I want to change out 2 of my strawberry beds, and I want to be able to spray the fruit trees on a more regular schedule. So that's some of the things that I know that I've not done well in the past that I need to change. Is there something you want to grow more of next year that you didn't have enough of? I want to grow more carrots, and I want to grow more squash and zucchini since I lost everything last year. I also need to grow more onions because I lost my onions. Oh, I used all my onions up already. Okay. Now, another thing you need to do in the wintertime is check your seed inventory, because all your seed catalogs are coming in about now. And you need to get on the ball and decide what seeds you want to plant and get them ordered now, because I ordered mine about a month ago, and there were already some seeds I couldn't get because they were out of them. So you want to make sure that you order the seeds, and order for the whole year. Don't just order, saying, I'm going to put tomatoes and peppers in at the end of this month or beginning of next month, so I'm going to order them. Go ahead and order all your seeds, your flower seeds, your herb seeds, everything for the spring and the fall garden. That way you'll have them on hand before they sell out. Because when they can't just go to the back room and produce more seeds. It's not a manufactured thing. They have to grow them, and they have to contract people to grow the plants for the seeds, and then those seeds, when they get them, that's it. They don't have any more to go by. Not until next year. Then they'll have more. So if you want seeds, order what you need now, and don't order more than what you need. Just get what you need. And when you're choosing seeds, the first things to choose are things that you know that you want to plant. You know that what your family will eat and what you really need. And then after that, you get those. Then you can look and see if there's anything new that you want to try. I usually try to have at least one new, either variety or completely new crop of something every year. And like this year, I'm going to try both late May and early potatoes, where before I've always done just the main potatoes. So I'm going to try that, so I have different ones coming on at different times. Because the potatoes I had, I put them in the basement like they said to do, and either my basement's too damp, or too dark, or too musty, or something, because they all sprouted. So I don't have any potatoes to actually use. So the next thing to do in the winter is to look and see how you can improve your garden and the way it looks. Are you going to have to replace any of your beds? Now would be a good time to order them. They're usually cheaper right now, and they're in stock right now. You don't have to wait. If you wait until spring, where everybody's thinking, oh, I want raised beds, they might be harder to find. So check your beds, see if you need any new ones. Go ahead and order them, and that way you can actually put them together in your garage or something where it's nice and warm, and have them ready to just carry out and put out. You can actually do them in your garage, carry them out, and leave them there all winter, and then fill them up this spring. Or you can even start filling them now. Another thing to do is if there's anything out there that needs to be painted, like if you have statues or wagons or trellises that need to have a fresh coat of paint on a pretty day when it's above 50 degrees, go ahead and paint them. Get that done. repair them. If anything needs to be repaired, repair it now. Sharpen your tools now so they'll be ready. If you want to add structures like sheds or grape harbors or trellises, now's a good time to be working on them in the wintertime. Get that all done before the rush of spring. So another thing is, don't forget to trim your compost bins, and look at your garden and see if there's any way you can make it look better in the wintertime. Because right now you're not out there, but you're kind of looking at and seeing it if it's located in a good place. And that's one of the things about your gardens. They should be located where they get lots of sun and where you either walk by them or see them every day, so that you are constantly reminded to go out there and harvest the food, pull the weeds, do whatever you need to do. So that means you're going to be seeing it in the wintertime. So you look at it and see if there's anything that you can add to it to make it more pleasing to the eye during the winter. And one thing is that could be solar lights, that could be statues. You can even put bird feeders and bird baths out there. And that will be helpful on 2 points. They'll bring in the birds that will help clean up the insects and the grubs that are in the ground right now. And it's also kind of nice to watch the birds fly by. So I would suggest that you order your seeds as soon as possible. Order from more than one company if you have to. Look around for the best prices. And if you learned anything from this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell icon to let you know when I'm on next. And if you have any comments, leave them in the comment section below. And remember, like always, dream big and follow that dream. Until next time, bye.